Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and to another episode of Money Monday. Today I'm going to share with you guys an update on my no spend as well as 2 helpful habits or tips to get yourself started and to have success on a long-term no spend. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay guys, so for those of you who may be new here, I'm going to go over the categories for my no spend. I started this year out and really wanted to control my spending and control my habits. So I decided to not spend on 4 major areas, which are for me, planner supplies and stickers, clothing, coffee, and books. Now, out of those 4 categories, I have done better in some and worse, much worse in others. So I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys now that we are in May officially, my 5-month kind of update and where I am. So I'll be honest, you guys, April was kind of a tough month for me to do a no spend. It was my birthday, and so it's just, I don't know, in my family, birthdays are like the #1 reason to indulge, and you just kind of like treat yourself for like the whole month. So I found myself kind of leaning away from my no spend and sort of just enjoying the birthday month and having some treats and just kind of spending on some different things. So with that said, I'm gonna go category by category and tell you guys how I did in April and how I'm doing overall for those categories. So starting with planner supplies and stickers. Well, stickers I definitely failed, especially in April. I've done pretty well throughout the rest of the year, and I've really honestly enjoyed using the planner supplies and stickers that I already have. It's been really nice to see like my stash kind of starting to diminish a little bit. However, with that said, I have enjoyed also kind of finding a really good deal and spending on some newer items also, especially with April and with my birthday money that I was using. So I guess that was kind of like a win and a lose. But it's, like I said, it's been really nice to really use what I have and to enjoy the things that I was once excited about purchasing, but kind of just like pushed to the wayside and almost forgot about. So that's been a good one primarily. And then, like I said, in April, I did use some birthday money to buy some stickers, which really got me back into like the mindset and habit of like checking Etsy and checking out different shops on Instagram and seeing what sales they had over the weekends and things like that. So that's definitely a habit that I have to get back out of and that I'm looking forward to kind of getting back into a no spend habit and just kind of function in May and going through the rest of the year. So the second category is clothing. Now I was doing really well on this. I was only purchasing things that I really truly needed, and even with those things I was being really careful about them. For instance, I got a couple of gift cards for my birthday and I knew I needed, this is like totally maybe too much information, but I needed some new bras, and so I was putting that off for a long time, and when I got some gift cards for my birthday, I decided to go ahead and use them to purchase those items. So I should actually be receiving them any day now, but that was something that I just didn't really want to spend. I didn't want to spend extra money on. What I had was like working well enough. It wasn't ideal, and they, you know, you can tell when things are like starting to kind of break down, and so that's really where we have like the leniency with this no spend and with our sinking funds, because we do have a clothing sinking fund. So if those things are absolute necessities and I have to have them, then I can go ahead and purchase those. What I will say is that because I'm starting a new job, I have purchased a couple of items that I knew, or that I know that I'll need as far as building a solid like business professional wardrobe, because I've never really been in a, you know, more professional environment. Even with my jobs, really ever since I graduated from college, they've been in, you know, in the design industry, but just in a very like relaxed environment. And so I've been able to get away with kind of just fudging a little bit like what I could wear and having some more just like relaxed items. So like the items that I would wear on my days off or on the weekends were really similar to what I wore to work. So it didn't really matter, you know, my work wardrobe wasn't a huge deal, so I could just wear anything pretty much. Well, now with this new job, I'm really focused on having that professional attire, professional wardrobe. So I have picked up a few items and I'm building things really meticulously and thinking out what I would like to wear and how I can build the best wardrobe possible. So I have spent some money on clothing, especially towards, well, in the last like 2 weeks or so. Okay guys, so category number 3 is books, and I will say I'm doing really well in this category. I haven't purchased any new books yeah, I haven't purchased any new books, so that's really good. And it's also really encouraging me to take a look at what I have already and to read through the books that I have, which is exactly why I wanted to do this no spend. I wanted to use what I have to, read what I have, especially in this category, before I go out and accumulate more. So that's been really fun. I honestly kind of found myself slacking a bit in March and April as far as reading goes, and now that it's May, I am back into it. I have specific page goals for the book that I'm reading right now, and I'm determined to get through 2 books this month at a minimum. So that is going really, really well. And the final category is coffee, and that one has gone pretty well as well. I haven't spent very much money, like personal money, on any coffee items. Again, for my birthday, I got a ton of Starbucks gift cards. So those are, I mean, people know that I love coffee, and so that was really, really helpful and really convenient. And I've also really enjoyed making my own coffee. For those of you who don't know, I got a Ninja coffee bar for Christmas, and it's been absolutely everything. I use it every day, sometimes twice a day, depending on the day, and I love it. It makes amazing coffee, and you can really make things fancy and make it feel like you have like a coffee house style coffee at home. So I'm loving that and really happy with that, and going to continue that habit, and probably use my Starbucks gift cards when I go out with girlfriends. And I will say that that's really the only time that I've purchased coffee is when I've been out with some of our like teenagers and we're grabbing some coffee, or our young adults and we meet for like at a specific coffee house for a coffee meetup. So that's really the only times that I have purchased coffee other than using a Starbucks gift card. Okay friends, so that is my no spend update. So overall doing really well on the 4 categories that I'm focused on, and I could use a little bit of work in a couple, but not too worried about it. So I also want to share with you guys 2 tips for having a successful no spend if you are wanting to get that started. So the first tip is to take a look at your finances and just your habits in general and see where you can cut out and what you can cut back on. So for me, for instance, coffee was a huge one. All of these were really big, but coffee was a really big one, and it wasn't that I didn't have coffee at home. I just wasn't utilizing what I had at my fingertips. So I decided to go on this no spend and to focus really on not spending money at coffee houses, because it's so easy. Every time I go, I spend at least $5 up to $10. It's really a big money suck for sure. So that was something that I really wanted to focus on, using my resources at home and being more mindful when I go out. If I am going to want an iced coffee, it's forced me to kind of pre-plan my day and plan what I actually want, and kind of almost, what's the word called? Oh, and to almost like anticipate what my needs are going to be or what my desires will be as far as coffee goes. So that's tip number 1, is to find something and figure out a way that you can cut something out or cut something back that obviously is not a necessity for your life. And then tip number 2 is to replace that habit or activity with something else. So for instance, if your habit is shopping and you know that you like to just go out and shop on like an afternoon or when you get off of work, replace that with something else. Find a hobby to get into that doesn't cost you anything, or make a date with someone, or start a new activity. So for instance, you could start a new activity as far as, learning an instrument, reading, doing anything that really replaces that time, arranging a time to meet up with your friends, like maybe at someone's house, and just you have like a nice hangout session or little like happy hour moment with your friends, but something that steers you away from shopping. Or another great thing is, if your route to get home, say you do like to stop into the mall or your favorite store after work, find a new route. Find a route that takes you away from that store, away from that possibility of going to that place and spending money that you don't need to be spending. So guys, those are my tips for how to have a successful no spend and really make it a part of your life, and to create healthier habits and better habits for you than just spending money. So thank you friends so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, be sure to give it a thumbs up so that I know you enjoy these types of videos. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new here, because I would love to see you next time. Have a great day friends. Happy Money Monday, and be sure to tell me if you're doing a no spend or what your best tip is for how to successfully achieve or accomplish a no spend. Thanks guys, have a great day. What is this? Namaste. Ugh. Overall, doing really well.
Piggy.
Come here. Okay, you're okay.